All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Charaka Cook. Once again, happy, super blessed Sunday to each and every one of you. I want to thank you all for being here with us today. All right, so it's time to press start. It's time to go. All right, so we've been talking here on our series on how to level up your life by game planning your goals and your vision. Okay, guys, we in Q4. We are approaching closing out 2025 and going into another new year. And we're not waiting until next year to work on getting things done that we need to complete in 2025. We're working on our goals, our vision right now. Okay. And so this series on how to level up your life, hopefully it's been a blessing. It's been able to help you. Right. So from our first segment that we have had on mindset elevation, excuse me, we talked about renewing your mind and resetting your standard, really quickly mastering your morning routine. Your first hour sets the tone for your day, practicing your savers and the savers method from Miracle Morning and your victory hour from the 5 a.m. club. So you got to master your mind because success starts early before anybody wake up. You got to decide that you're going to be the champion of your day and that you're winning the day. We got to reprogram our limiting beliefs by being aware of what are the words that we're telling ourselves every day and replacing those limiting beliefs and those words that we're saying with words that empower and inspire us. We got to create a growth environment by surrounding ourselves with people who challenge us to rise. Right? This season to where we just accept the mediocrity and where we're settling is over. Okay, so I am ready to be challenged to get to my next level, and I hope everybody else in here is too. And that's why we're focusing on growing by having a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. We got to feed our faith and our fear because fear operates all around us, right? But so we can't be both. You can't have faith and you can't operate in a spirit of fear either. So we got to guard ourselves and protect our peace from negativity, from drama, from doubt, and faith. Faith and fear, both demand belief. So what are you buying? What belief are you buying into? I'm having faith, the grain of a mustard seed that moves mountains. So I want you to elevate your life and have more faith as well. You got to embrace discomfort, guys. If you want to grow, you can't stay in the same comfort zone that you're in right now. It is time to grow, and because growth and comfort can't coexist. So either you're going to stay the same, and we know that anything that's stagnant dies, okay? Or are you going to embrace growth, embrace discomfort? When it feels uncomfortable, that's a sign that you've been stretched towards your next level. All right, we gotta we say set monthly themes like, discipline December. That's my theme for December. Invest in daily development. Okay. You want to read or listen to something empowering for at least 30 minutes. But guys, start out with 10 minutes. If you gotta start out with 5 minutes, read one line in the book. You got to start where you are, but you got to get started working on yourself every single day. You got to manage your time. You got to fit time in to work on yourself. Okay. You also, I want to add in there is that you got to manage your time, control your time. Okay. Treat your time like it's your most valuable currency because it is. We have a workbook on time management that we developed. Okay. So be sure that it's got a tracker in there. It's got it broken down into 15-minute segments, blocks. Okay. You got to work on your time management because some of y'all, your problem is you just wasting time every single day. All right. So you got to reflect daily, end each day with gratitude and review what worked, what didn't work. Talk to, your upline, talk to your mentor, get some help so that we can get you in the right direction so that you can course correct. Visualize your future self. Stop thinking about all the things that you don't like about yourself and your life. You got to think about what you want your life to look like. Speak life over yourself. Speak life into your dreams, your vision, your goals, and stop speaking so much negativity about yourself and about your future. There is power in the tongue. All right. So That's our mind, how we're going to elevate our mind, ladies and gentlemen. So remember that words carry power. Speak victory and not defeat. Last week we talked about our energy and health audit. Had a really great time with that as we talked about different ways to upgrade our nutrition. Guys, listen, we talking about building empires. We talking about creating generational wealth, legacy wealth, having money, bridging the wealth gap, doing all these amazing things. That is amazing. But we got to be here. We got to live to be able to do all these things, right? So, we got to get in control of our health and our energy. Okay. So I am committed to it, guys. I am working on it every single day. I made a choice right then, just after leaving the hospital. My time was limited. You know, I decided, I'm going to stop by the gas station and pick up a protein shake versus getting anything else bad I could have chosen to get. So you got to make this. And now let me tell you, I'm working on this now. That's just one win. But I'm working on this every day. But we got to make choices every single day. And I'm in it too because I want my health and my energy to be elevated. So we got to upgrade our nutrition. We got to go to the doctor, get regular health checkups. Go to the doctor, get checked up. Okay? Take some vitamins, invest in your health. You got to move your body. Okay, that's one thing that I've been doing. I haven't been able to work out how I wanted to, but I've been making sure that I'm moving every day, going for walks. Even if it's a short walk, get moving, practice mindfulness, get silent, have some peace, prioritize rest and recovery. You got to go to bed, stop staying up all night, and go to bed, go to sleep. It's nothing to be staying up all night doing. You got to go to bed and go to sleep so you can get up early and you can maximize your time and your day and your life, right? You want to create a dopamine menu, a list of things that make you feel good, positive things, so that when you feel yourself crashing, about to crash out, and you feel this, because we can all feel when we get anxiety and we, about to crash, right? So go to your dopamine menu and pick some from your list that makes you feel good, like going for that walk or reading something. So you want to have a list of things already set up to where when you're feeling this mood coming on, when you're feeling the depression, go to the list and do something from there. Okay, you got to hydrate, guys. Drink some water. You got to detox your body, get all them toxin, and all this bad stuff we got in our bodies. You got to get it out, detox, go on a fast. We got to dress for our higher self. And that doesn't mean it has to cost a lot of money. You'd be surprised. You find some nice things even in Walmart. You don't have to go out and buy the most expensive stuff, but you even want to look in your closet, as Jacqueline just told us, that we even talked about on this a couple weeks ago, and take stuff out, clean stuff out, bless somebody else with it. And even the things you put on, look in the mirror, iron, make sure that you're looking good, smelling good, develop some mental resilience. You got to get tough, guys. Being an entrepreneur, being a business owner is not for the faint at heart. You got to be mentally strong. You got to be resilient. You face a lot of challenges. You doing things you never done before. You stepping outside of your comfort zone. It requires growth. It requires you to have a schedule. It requires a lot of you. You getting told no. You got to be mentally strong to take this on. You got to celebrate your body, okay? And this is our health and energy audit. Now, let's continue going on, guys. I'm trying to go on real quick to give you a quick recap. Now, so reflecting on things, what small change can you make this week to feel stronger and more alive? Guys, it's time to feel alive. If you're ready to feel more alive, put alive in the chat. I want to feel alive. Okay, so now this week, I'm excited to talk about this. I know I'm going kind of quick because we're running out of time here. So let's talk about 10 wealth building habits of high earners, wealth and success. We are committed to increasing our financial literacy, education, and build financial confidence as well. Now, one thing we want to do with one of these habits of wealth and success, you want to maximize all income streams. We know everybody say you need to be making money while you sleep and have multiple streams of income. Well, I do believe in that too. Okay, but we gotta, everybody gotta start somewhere. Start right here with what you got now. Maximize all income streams inside of this opportunity, inside of this one industry. I believe in getting the most you can do out of what you're currently doing, before you even expand. So are you maximizing everything you can potentially do right here in this opportunity? Are you maximize your earning potential as a personal producer? Okay, are you maximizing your earning potential and building and growing your empire? Why not? You have the ability to earn multiple streams of income. And if I were you, I would take advantage of it. I didn't start day one. I started years later. Y'all see me now with the big team, but I didn't start building. It was years after I got started. Okay, so you want to have multiple streams of income inside of this one. So it's going to help you build stability and diversity as well. Okay, because you want to, if it's a goal or desire, you can transition into ownership. So creating those more passive income through, renewals as well as overrides. And then that's why it's important to do like Jacqueline when you have those missed payments, lapses that you call them because that is your business. That's your long-term income, right? So we're not an organization who just about pushing a policy. No, we want people to keep their policies as well. And that's going to enable you to also focus on your long-term wealth as well. Okay, by building, developing, and keep having a solid book of business. I would love for everybody on this team to be able to have, a book of business where you earning, 10,000. What if you was earning $10,000 consistently in renewals and residual income every single month? That 10 can easily double and become 20, and so on and so forth. All right, so we want to be sure that we build stability through diversity, right? We got to activate our income through our personal sales, passive income through renewals, overrides, right? Building our team. And then we can go on to do other investments. Because I even have a vision where we collectively, do real estate and other types of investments as well, right? So we can diversify, have multiple streams of income. And then another way is that you can even learn new products inside of this business. You can learn how to do something else. We have a Medicare division, we got annuities, we got this is and other. You can learn how to do other things inside of this career space also. All right. So next we have to, you got to know what moves the needle, guys. You got to track, you got to measure, you got to work on knowing what you got to do to make money. Okay. I know that I got to have activity. I have to prospect. I have to follow up. Okay. So, I may make guys 50, 80 conversations or, whether that's through a phone call. I have a minimum of about, I mean a minimum, I talk to at least, I would say about 25, 30 people a day, a minimum. But that doesn't include text messages, emails as well, DMs. Are you tracking your activity? Okay, guys, you want, depending on what your goals are, because I'm not trying to, but we here trying to level up. Your goals need to be bigger. I'm just going to tell you. Let me just say, your goals not big enough. If you out here just doing a little bit of activity, that means your goals is just not big enough. And you got to really ask yourself, does your activity, does your output you doing, is it representing you being a six-figure income earner? You might be doing $2 worth of work. I don't know. I'm just saying. That's why you got to track your income and your revenue generating activities. Okay. And you got to be real. You got to be honest with yourself about what you are really doing. Okay. You got to build a financial routine, a strong financial routine. And let me tell you something, having a financial routine is not dictated by how much money that you have. I started building a strong financial foundation when I didn't have no money, because I knew that was something that I wanted. I knew that I didn't want to lose my income how I did and things like that. Okay, so you've got to have a financial routine that consists of money check-ins, budgeting, reviewing your bank account, your bank statements. Because we all know sometimes when we don't have no money, you don't even want to look at your bank statements. Guys, you got to look at, you got to know where is your money going. Because we're in this business, you get daily pay and daily deposits. You spending too much money every day on things that probably don't even matter and that you shouldn't be spending on. Okay. So you got to also know that wealth begins in your thoughts long before it begins and shows up in your bank account. So you got to have a wealthy mindset in your thoughts. Okay. You got to replace that scarcity, poverty mindset as well. Okay, with abundance, with more than enough. And you got to learn how to see money as a tool that you have. You got to know there is a lot of money out here. Okay, so no, money is out here in overflows of abundance. You just got to find out how to get to it and how to duplicate it. Okay, and it all starts with your mindset. And how you view money. If you viewing money in scarcity and it's not enough, you're gonna have a lack and a limited belief in thinking in money, and you ain't gonna have no money. So you got to shift your mindset to a abundance mindset, to that is more, you got more than enough money, okay? And you're gonna find ways that you can and that you need to do to make more money. Guys, we got an insurance license. You have a license to print money. You do, just by talking to people. Okay. And so the only reason why you don't have money right now is that we gotta do a mindset checkup. All right. So next, um, and let me just also add, with tracking your activity, daily activity, when you can track your activity every day, you build predictable income. I want to have predictable income because that's how you're gonna be able to budget and know what you need to do. Okay, so that's why you got to have daily activity as well so that you can predict your income and not be guessing. Because I used to be praying and guessing for income. Okay, so but we can live off some certainty when we have daily activity. It's going to create predictable income. Right? So I know just based on my activity, what I do every day, how much income I'm gonna make even 30 days from now. Because in this business, the direct reflection of your income in your bank account is a result of the activity you did 30 days ago. All right. So next, we got to invest in assets and not liabilities. Okay. And let me tell you, this is tough. Okay, because assets, a lot of times, of course, especially when you get to a point to where you start earning income and making money, of course you want to have some fun and do some fun things and whatnot, guys. But let me tell y'all something, I didn't do a lot of fun things until a long time. Y'all see me doing all this fun stuff now, but I paid down all my bills, credit card, got everything to zero, got money saved up. Okay, but you can still pace yourself. However, but you want to focus on income generation move, building assets. Let assets work for you. Liabilities work against you. Okay, you want to invest in your education, your leads, property, your team building. You gotta in this, you're business owners. You even have to invest in other people. Okay, so a part of your income that you're making, you got to, in how much of it are you investing back into your business? Okay, so that's the way I look at my income. It's not all that this money I just get to go and freely spend. I got to invest it back in my business because I want it to keep making me more money. Okay, so you got to develop a business owner mindset that you got to invest back into your business as well. All right, because I know that's an asset to me and that's going to develop me more money. Okay, so you want to ask yourself, will this make me more money or cost me money when you're deciding to buy something or spend? And you want to break the habit of impulse spending. Don't just be spending on no impulse. You gotta, the same way these clients be giving us complaints and objections, they gotta think about it. You gotta say the same thing when you're up against making a purchase. You really need to think about it. Is that a true purchase that you should and need to make? Okay. Study wealth principle, guys. We gotta, we have some wealth books that's on our book club. We're adding more and more. So we're gonna be studying some wealth building principles. We got on here read like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich, the science of money. It's a lot of different wealth um principles and strategies and books that we should read to learn, because if you never knew about wealth building and success and good money habits, don't think that you're just going to naturally develop them by doing how if you don't know and nobody ever taught you. So we got to work on learning these things within ourselves. So we got to read about it. We got to study. We got to have more conversations about it. Check in about it and things like that. Okay. So this is what we want to continue and to do, investing in our education, right? In studying wealth principles. Millionaire Next Door. Having faith-based wealth is stewardship. God blessed us with this amazing industry, guys, where you have the ability to make life changing income, change your zip code, area code, all your codes. Okay. Make 6 and 7 figures. You want to be a good steward of your money. Okay. Now you want to set financial goals by the quarter and the year. Oh, let me add this with tracking. One thing I started doing early on in my career was because I would set, financial goals every month. So I started tracking my income every single day. Okay, because I wanted to know, I had to get double down on this tracking. So I started tracking my income every day. So you want to track your income. All right. So that you can see. So I set financial goals and you want to track them. You got to be specific. You even want to set a goal. How much money do you need to earn by the end of this month? How much you need to earn by the end of this year? Have a date. We got to have a strategy. If you need help, reach out because we can help you with the strategy. You want to break large goals into those weekly action plans. Review and adjust every single month. We got to remember that our goals require maintenance, so we got to be looking at it as well. All right, next, guys, we got to pay ourselves first. What do I mean by that? You want to, automate your savings and your investing. Okay, yes, you got debts, you got bills piling up. All right, but you want to get to a point. So even if you saving $5 a week, guys, and if you're not making enough money to do that, I encourage you to make enough money so that you can do it. Okay, because we're not getting younger. We got to save for our retirement. So you want to automate your savings. Okay, and then you can increase your automations and don't automate a savings to where you just go right into it and take the money out either. So, right. So you want to start to accumulate, and grow your money as well. All right, Jeanette.
Good evening, Queen. Good evening,
Hey, Jeanette.
everybody. I have a question about that. Like, I have money from me retiring, and I just don't know what to do with it. I don't have a whole lot of debt, but then I don't want it just sitting there either. So I was wondering if it's a good idea to transfer it out to 457B and put it in an IRA, or
Yep. hmm And we can look at that and talk about it because you do have an option to rolling it over in an annuity as well.
oh, okay. I think we y'all did say yeah.
You
Who I
did
need
say
to
something about that.
contact
Yes,
you?
yes, ma'am. We can help
Okay.
you get set up and you can I can show you can do it your own self. All
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's a great question, guys. All right. And so, for those of you who may be interested in learning more about annuities and things like that, we do have a training introduction we'll have coming up soon. So, be on the lookout for that as well. All right. So, you want to automate your savings, pay yourself first. All right. So, um, start saving some money, guys. You got to save. All right, you got to save. This is life, and in life, things will come up because it's just life. I mean, it is just is what it is, period. So you want to be saving some money. And let me tell you, it make a difference. Even just saving a small amount over a period of time will add up. Okay, so you got to save, pay yourself first. Okay, we got to pay our bills, pay our debts, but you want to save. Make you some more money so that you can save, right? So we want to be working towards our future. We know that, like I say, things come up and we working towards our retirement as well. And, we can go deeper into this because I got so much more information to share, but this is just a high level overview of just some 10 basic wealth building strategies. Okay. All right. So pay yourself first. Then, and I be sure to do that every single month. And like I said, I even have, increased that over time, right? You can but just start somewhere, start small somewhere, right? So you want to increase your value. When I say increase your value, you want to learn something new, learn some new skills that can multiply your earning potential. Okay. Um, Improve your leadership, sharpen your communication. Okay. So if get mentorship, get some help, if you want to grow in an area, if you want to become better at personally producing, if you want to lead, build and grow a team, what new skills you need to work on? You need to work on your communication skills, your time management. What do you need to work on that's going to help you multiply? We talking about multiplying your earning potential. So it deserves to be worked on. Okay.
Yeah, Sharaka, I
Yes.
just to share. I am reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, as you might know, today. Now,
Mhm.
and one of the things that he talks about, with the learning new skills, is that we're only like one or two skills away,
Mhm.
from being able to, take ourselves to whatever that next level
Level.
is, right? And so that is so important. Like when you think of selling skills, maybe there's negotiating skills that you have to expand, or like we're talking about prospecting skills, follow-up skills. All
Right.
of those are like a build up one by one of bricks, right, that
Right.
helps to create the fullness of what you need to really become successful. So I really I definitely believe that learning a new skill and understanding what the skills are that are needed, like, so that you know what you need to build on.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Mona, and how do you think that how can we identify what are those skills that we may potentially want to consider working on if we're looking to multiply our income?
Well, I think that it's first, maybe understanding what you're doing, what it is, the sales. Let's use sales as an example because that's what we're doing, right? And all of the components of what those that the sales process. And then, I think we definitely need to assess our skill set, and
Mm.
think about ourselves versus, in different levels. Are we elite? Have we mastered it? Or are we just, surface understanding, of it, and then
Mm-hmm.
keep, taking yourself from one level to the next in those areas to keep building on your skills.
Yep. Yep. So thank you for that, Mona. Yeah. So we got to analyze it. And it's very helpful, Mona, when we're tracking and measuring ourselves every day, right? Because that's what sales professionals do, then that's going to be able to help you hone in and see where are you missing it. What it is that you're not doing. Okay, so it's important to track and measure your activity. Then you can look at it and say, okay, am I, maybe I'm just not talking to enough people every day. So I need to do more prospecting. Okay, I'm having X amount of conversations, but I'm not converting. So where am I missing with closing? Is it the presentation? Okay. And you can analyze each part, as Mona said, and identify what is it that you need to work on. Communication, leadership skills, your mindset. Mona, a lot of us just need to work on our mindset. Okay. Our belief. So, but you gotta
Yeah.
identify, yeah, that's a great area to work on and to improve because this business is all about a large part of you being successful in this is your mindset. All right, Mary.
One of I like what Mama said, and one of my skills is in sales that I notice. So now I pay more attention to it. When I'm talking to my clients, I learned that not to just give them something, but to listen to what they have to say. And while they're talking, you listening, and then you know what area to speak on and what they're really asking for. So you more able to say, okay, I know what you need, and I know what insurance you should be going into. So that way you give them the right product as well.
Mhm.
When you listen to them, you won't miss it because then you catch when you listen to what they got to say, and then you hear them, and then you start speaking on the product and explaining it. Then you got their attention. Now they're ready to buy from you.
That's right, Mary. Being an active listener is so, so important. Actively listening. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for sharing that. All right, guys. So this is our last wealth. I'll just skip something. Hold on. All right. So our last one, number 10, in our wealth building habits of high earners is to build legacy income, right? So that just compounds on learning new skills, products, specialize, become a legacy owner. Think beyond transaction. You want to build duplication. All right. So you want to learn the business, learn personal production, and you want to learn how to duplicate it and teach other people. Okay, you want to recruit, train, develop leaders so your business grows without you. Right? Ownership and leadership build true freedom. Remember that ownership and leadership is what builds true freedom. Right? So you want to see what is it going to take you to increase your leadership abilities. Okay? To recruit, maintain, grow, retain a team. Okay. How can you maximize that? So that's how you're going to create legacy. Income is through duplication. That's my ultimate goal is to duplicate myself. Put in duplicatable systems in this organization. All right. So these are 10 wealth building habits of high earners. And hope this has been helpful to you guys today in leveling up your life, right? So you want to think about Tamisha.
Sorry, I'm missing one.
Okay,
Time check for I have I think I might be missing 8.
let's see. Create multiple streams of income, master your money mindset, track your income producing activities daily, build a financial routine. Number 5 is invest in assets, not liabilities.
I have
Number
that as
six,
number 4. So I must
oh,
have missed one of the
One of those, okay, and I'll keep going to the rest of them. So
Okay.
number 4 was build a financial routine. 5, invest in assets, not liabilities. 6 is study wealth principles. 7 is set financial goals by quarter, by month, by quarter, and year. Number 8 is pay yourself first. 9 is increase your value. And 10, build legacy income.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And so I want to give you 5 reflection questions that you can think about it, to write down and think about as you review this material for this week. Number 1, what does financial freedom truly look like to you? I mean, I'm talking about you waking up to a life of financial freedom, how much money you got in your account, what would you do every day? I mean, what would your life look like if you had true financial freedom? Number 2, which limiting beliefs about money do you need to release during this season? What limiting beliefs about money do you need to release? Number 3, what are your top 3 daily activities that generate you income? Top 3 daily activities that generate income. Number 4, are you tracking your numbers? Are you tracking daily, weekly, monthly? Or are you leaving your results just to chance? Are you tracking your numbers? We got to know our numbers, guys. We got to track our activity, because what doesn't get tracked don't get measured. And then number 5, what kind of financial legacy do you want to leave behind? Be specific. What kind of financial legacy do you want to leave behind? Deuteronomy 8:18 says, "But remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the power to get wealth, that he may confirm his covenant that he swore to your fathers, as it is this day." Guys, we have the power to obtain wealth. And it's my desire for each and every one of you, okay, to create a life that you love and to be able to fund it, right? However you desire, and to leave your family with a legacy. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and wind down. I'm going to go through these really quick. Oh, if my money could talk, what would it say about my priorities? Woo, woo. What would your money say?
I like to eat.
Molly, all right, yeah. So define 3 short-term income goals and 1 long-term legacy goal. I like that. Okay. All right, guys. So I thought that was good. Let's see here. So we